Welcome to tonight's chart review. Today I personally took two trades today. I took two L's and I went over them in my trading transformation. I'm not gonna go over them too much today in this session, but I'm not gonna lie. I did not trade very well today. I did not trade very well today, and I don't think today's action was good at all. If I'm gonna be honest, I thought today's action was pretty mid. We're gonna go over my bias going into today and what we could have done better, what I could have done better, and really what happened. So going into today, I really wanted to see this market maker buy model complete on the higher time frame. As we can see, we're I was expecting that we can come up and take this high, and keep in mind what I could have changed about my bias, what I could have been a little bit better about my bias, is have my bias more based off of this 1 hour fair value gap. I came in and I said, if we respect this, I think that we'll probably head to this high. If we disrespect this, we'll probably head lower. And the fact that we have taken this external buy side level and now we're respecting bearish order flow, yes, we did bounce here, and yes, we do have this buy side level, but the fact that we have taken buy side here, we don't have to finish this model. We don't really have much reasons to go higher. We have to see manipulation to validate that we want to go higher. And that's kind of where I went wrong today. We didn't really have enough manipulation for us to go higher. For us to go higher. And kind of going into today, I had my bias really marked out on this 1 hour fair value gap. I really wanted to see this 1 hour fair value gap get respected. Are we going to respect it? Are we going to disrespect it? As you can see, we did end up holding this. We end up holding this, and then we broke through it. We kind of used it as inverse to sell off, and I haven't really looked too much over the sell off. We'll kind of go into that more in depth. But yeah, we have this 1 hour imbalance. So going into the morning, I was kind of bullish. I wanted to see, well, not kind of bullish. I was pretty bullish. I wanted to see this high get met of the market maker buy model. That would make sense on the higher time frame. We were in a market maker buy model. We've now rebalanced to where? We've now rebalanced to the daily imbalance. We're respecting it, and we're now leaving buy side. Yesterday we were pretty bullish, and we were respecting bullish order flow yesterday. And then today, this morning, is kind of when I don't know what I was doing. I simply don't. I was not disciplined this morning. I saw something, and then I immediately jumped on it. But basically at the time, we were forming an SMT at the lows here. And then there was like a little internal SMT. Like I already went over this trade, so you guys really want to see why I took it. But at the time, I failed to realize this was just a stupid trade. We were within this 1 hour imbalance, and I wanted us to bounce off of this. But I was just simply predicting what price would do here. I was predicting of what price action could do, and I wasn't reacting. I was predicting. I was predicting that we were going to get this big move, big run to buy side pretty much at open or near open, and then we would sell off. I was predicting. I wasn't I had no valid information to tell us that we wanted to go to this high. Nothing was validating that we want to go to this high. Like this is nothing. This is nothing. If you're looking at this chart, this is just accumulation. This is just chop. There's no reason I should have took a long here, and I'm pretty disappointed that I took that. But I'm not going to come on here, and I'm not going to say that I traded perfectly today, because I didn't. I made a mistake today. I messed up, but I just can't let it happen again. And like I was saying, the reason why this trade isn't even valid at all is because in the morning we have a market maker sell model on ES. Like there's no reason price needs to go higher here. There's no reason. And if we're looking back over this action, this is like, we don't want to trade this. Like as a trader, we do not want to trade this. There really was only maybe one trade, and the fact that I took that trade on the demo account is kind of funny. The one like decent trade setup I took on the demo account, but I think I was just overly bullish today, and yeah, in the morning we kind of had this market maker sell model. Did we have an SMT at the highs? If we had an SMT at the highs, it might have been decent, honestly, to take a short. But the reason why I wouldn't really be looking to take a short here is because like we're so close to buy side here. No, we don't. We didn't have an SMT. We end up selling off here, and so as we can see, like order flow now has flipped bearish. Like this big displacement loop move, I need to see something that validates that we need to go higher. And we come down, like this trade, I'm not really going to go too much in depth over it, but this trade just was not a good trade at all. And here is when we now take a low, we sweep internal liquidity. Keep in mind, we have now finished this. So a low has already been taken. And then we come back down, take an internal low. And then this is when we have an SMT. This is when we have an SMT. We have an SMT at these lows. And we are now displacing higher. This does look decent. We're displacing higher after we have an SMT. We have manipulation. We're within a 1 hour imbalance. We're showing that we want to go higher. We're respecting bullish imbalances here. We're respecting bullish PD arrays. We also are in this 1 hour market maker buy model. We're within this 1 hour market maker buy model. So I dropped down, and I guess you could say I was maybe a little bit too zoomed in. But if we're looking at price action here, this does look decent. Someone in the Discord, Self Improvements Only, he was in my live stream, but he got a good trade off the breaker. There was a breaker here, and really I don't really like to take breakers unless they have imbalances. But I didn't even see this breaker. I didn't even see this breaker here. But this ended up being a nice breaker. A breaker's just a high, low, higher high, and the low we have to take stops. The fact that we have an SMT, we took stops. This breaker is valid. We drag it across. This could have been a good long entry off of the breaker. But for me, I'm not just going to come in and take a trade off of just a breaker. But this actually does look decent. Just targeting this internal high. Because we know that price does want to go higher. But it did not want to today. We know that price probably wants to go higher because we're in this 1 hour market maker buy model on the higher time frame. We know the higher time frame probably wants to go to this high. But as you can see, we don't end up doing that. This could have been a good trade off of the breaker. You have stack liquidity. And the reason I was actually looking to take a trade here, and we had 10 a.m. news. We had 10 a.m. news. I was looking to take a trade here, but right when we had that news, I was wanting to see a manipulation move at the lows here to then get bought up to this high because we left in a relative equal high here. So this, would have been a good model. But the reason why anything here is just lower quality is because we have news. We have consumer confidence at 10, so I don't feel comfortable taking a position right before news. I don't think that anyone should do that. So we have news that gets released here, and we're clearly showing that we're bullish. We're bullish order flow, and at the time, like in my head, I know we probably want to run to this high. Probably want to run this high. We have a 5-minute order block here. We have a 5-minute order block here, as well as a 5-minute imbalance here. A 5-minute imbalance here that we're respecting. We have a sharp move lower, followed by a sharp move higher. And once we get the sharp move lower into this order block, into this imbalance, I'm really not looking for much. I'm just looking for, I really want to see us run this. And we come up, we run this. I use this as an inverse, and this was my second trade that I took. This was the second trade that I took. Targeting this high, stopped at this low. Onsite also took this trade in our Discord. Onsite, me and Onsite took the same trade, and we ended up getting stopped out. And honestly, I don't think that this is a bad trade. I don't think anything went wrong here. We just ended up reversing. Like, this is just a sharp reverse. And the reason why I think we started to reverse here, and the reason why I think that we did reverse here, is because of this 15-minute imbalance. If we look at this 15-minute imbalance, this 15-minute imbalance just held us up. At the time, I was looking at this, and I was thinking that we'll probably, if we break above this 15-minute imbalance, I know that there's no reason that we don't run to this high. If we break above this, we're likely going to head to this high. But at the time, if we look down, if we scroll in here, if we zoom in, at the time, NQ had broken above this. But we still needed to close this candle, and we end up closing still with inside this imbalance. I thought this candle was going to close above it. I kind of looked at it before it was going to close, and I'm like, hey, we're about to break above this. But then this wick here, kept us within that imbalance, and we still respected that imbalance. So here is just a sharp sell-off. Really don't think it's a. I really don't think that a short here is. And honestly, a short here it wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be terrible. And this might have just been me over biased, but the fact that we have. Let's look at this. The fact that we have this bearish order flow that we're showing here, and then we're within this 15-minute imbalance. And the fact that we have this low resistance liquidity, the reason why I should have took a long here is because we have low resistance liquidity. The fact that we have low resistance liquidity tells me that I probably shouldn't be taking a long here. With this low resistance liquidity, we come down and we just sell off fast. Like, this is a sharp sell off. I got stopped out on this, and honestly, like, when price reverses like this, I'm totally okay with taking a loss on that. I think that price always isn't just going to reverse sharply like this. So we come down, we take sell side, we finish this model, and then I'm not looking for anything here. We have a big sell-off. I don't think there's any trades here. We do have this 15-minute imbalance. Or, no, it's a 5-minute imbalance. We have this big 5-minute imbalance that I've marked out. And then after time, I'm waiting. I'm seeing what's being respected. We come up. We come back up. We don't break above this. We don't break above it. We don't. This is when we have all this generated sell side. This is now the sell side of the curve. Showing bearish order flow here. We don't want to sell lower. Come back. Market structure shift. Displacement through a low here. On the 1 minute, we come back down. There's no entry. We create this is a 5-minute imbalance here. And this is what I want to talk about. This is the soup. This is the soup that we had. Let me kind of remove this. And what I want to get better at is recognizing soups. Recognizing soups when they happen. What are soups? What is a turtle soup? I have a definition right here. But turtle soup is the action of deliberately pushing price above an old high or below an old low with the goal of filling orders to move price. So what that means is whenever we have a turtle soup, we are deliberately filling orders above an old high or below an old low with intentions of moving price. This is what the turtle soup is. Catching the top. Faking out traders to then reverse. Turtle soup is the reversal. You're buying tops or you're buying lows. You're buying the tops of the range or you're buying the lows. Pretty much in advanced model, I only really want to look to take a turtle soup like if it's in an already existing model. The fact that this is a good turtle soup is because we're already in an existing market maker sell model. We've been bearish here. We have now generated liquidity. The thing that would have made me more confident within taking something here is if we had an SMT. We were rejecting off of a 5-minute imbalance here, and I think that this trade was a pretty good trade. I want to have the confidence to where I can take this trade, but I guess I was just way too overly bullish biased today. But we come back up, we soup this. The SMT gives you the fact that we have an SMT with a soup within an imbalance. Anytime that we take a high within an imbalance and we're already within a model, already within a market maker sell model, this is just prime that we're going to take this low. So the fact that we have SMT, you can just go ahead and slap a short here. This would have been a fantastic trade. You can put your stop above this high. But what I would do here is I would probably put my stop at this wick high, and then once we get displacement lower, move it to this high. That's what I would do if I were to take that. So I didn't end up taking this, but again, we have another soup within the model. Another soup within the model. I took this on the demo account actually. I ended up entering here. My stop was just at this high. And then my take profit was here. That was good. And the reason, the only trades that we can take, when we're in a discount of the range, if we're bearish, the only trades that we can take within a discount are turtle soups. Like I'm just not gonna take a random fair value gap down in premium. That's not a good entry. But I can take a turtle soup because we're deliberately pushing price above this high to then sell lower. We're pushing price above this high, stopping out traders. Oh, people are probably thinking that we're reversing here. Hey, we've been bearish. We took an internal low, but no, we're not failing to realize that we're in this already existing sell model. This is sell side of the curve. You have sell side of the curve, and you have buy side of the curve. And the only reason that we should have confidence, or that I should have confidence in taking a setup like this, is also because we are rejecting off of a 5-minute imbalance. We're rejecting off a 5-minute imbalance. Also, is it really not so much the 15-minute isn't clean, but the 5-minute is very clean. We're rejecting off this 5-minute imbalance. We don't have an SMT, but the displacement lower, and then the turtle soup within that 5-minute imbalance this was nice. But honestly, it just wasn't crystal clear in my opinion. Nothing was really crystal clear today. I didn't think that today we had great action. But I honestly only think that there was like one possible trade within this market maker sell model. I took this trade and I ended up getting stopped out. And I honestly don't think it was a bad trade. I just don't think that it worked out. Like, price obviously does not want to head to these highs. We obviously don't want to head to these highs. So with that being said, we need to be a lot more patient here. And at the end of the day, we end up selling off. And I'm not the type of guy, and I don't think that it just is the right. I don't think good habits are formed with looking at this move and seeing that you could have took a trade here. I really don't think that there is a trade here, and I don't think that consistently you're able to take a trade with this. Maybe like a pullback to an imbalance within the end-of-day macro. Recently, I've been noticing that end-of-day macro, we have been selling off. End-of-day macro, sell off. From 315 to 345 is the end-of-day macro. And yesterday we sold off. Today we sold off. When we have been bullish, at the end of the day, we have been selling off recently in the past 2 days. Let me see. What did we? Yeah, we did yesterday as well, and today we did too. So I'm kind of gonna go into the bias going into tomorrow, but so obviously we had this market maker sell model. I want to see us, or market maker bottom out. I want to see us come up, and I want to see us take this high. This still can be valid because we have this whole daily imbalance to the left of us, but now my draw is going to be this internal low. I think the draw on liquidity is definitely going to be this low. Again, we just had a huge sell to this, and just looking at this order flow right now, looking at what we're respecting, what we're disrespecting. If we respect this, we're probably going to sell to this low. And if we're looking at this, we don't necessarily have to come up and take this high. We don't. But the fact that we have left this liquidity, we have generated liquidity up to this high, I would expect for us at some point to come back and take this high. We don't have to, we don't need to, but in order for me to consider like us to head and displace back far inside this range, I would like to see us come up, take this high, because if we come up and we take this high, we will probably form an SMT. This was why my main bias was bullish. I want to see us come up and I want to see us take this high. And then I want to see us form an SMT. And then sell lower. And the fact is that a bias should simply just be a bias. Should simply just be something that you're looking for. So that when the data comes to you, when the facts come to you, then you can reassess, and then you can know what you're looking for. But the times when I get overly bearish bias, I get overly biased for no reason, I get overly bullish bias, like we're constantly being fed data. Like every day there's data in front of my face. Every day every second, every minute, a new candle's opening up. Every 15 seconds there's a new candle. Every 5 seconds there's a new candle. There's constantly data being shown to us. And for me to really expect anything that's going to happen, I think it's the wrong way to approach it. But yeah, I would expect to see the draw on liquidity to now be this low. So we'll see if we do push lower. So with that being said, though, we don't have Friday. The market is closed. Friday is Good Easter, or Good Friday, not Good Easter, Good Friday. So I'm pretty sure the market's closed. So we don't really have any news tomorrow. We have FOMC member Waller speaking, but we don't have any red folder news tomorrow. We don't. I don't know if I'm going to trade tomorrow. It all depends on what the opportunity presents. But I will be probably trading on my demo account tomorrow. I don't think that there's any reason to force a live trade. The external bias, my higher time frame bias, is not clear. I think we could really do one of two things. I want to see us take this low. It all depends on what the overnight session does. But I don't think that there's any reason to force stuff tomorrow. Again, recognize what conditions we are in. Recognizing what price has been doing recently. Recognize the news that we have tomorrow. We don't have any red folder news. We have FOMC Waller speaking after market at 6 p.m. And then Thursday, I think might get more opportunity. And then Friday will be no trades. I won't be live Friday for a live trading session just because we don't have anything. So with that being said, going into tomorrow, I'm expecting to be bearish. I'm expecting us to head to this low. Obviously, I have to see what happens. I'm not gonna be. It all depends on what we present us. But if we take this low and then if we have displacement higher, I would be pretty bullish. It all depends though. Like this to me looks kind of bearish. This to me honestly looks very this doesn't look clear. I don't think that we're gonna get A+ setups within this range. Within this range of a high to low. I think that now market has shown that we probably want to head to this low. Market has shown us that we probably want to head to this low, so we're gonna see what happens. Any other price action that I really want to go over today? No, we kind of had that market maker sell model, and that was pretty much it. I will say that I wasn't really paying attention to ES, but I'm not a fan of this sell-off. I don't think that there's much opportunity within a sell-off like this. I don't think that that's my type of trade. I don't think that that's a repeatable thing that I can show up and I can say that, hey, we're gonna sell off. I don't think that that's to catching a trade here and be mad that you didn't take this. I don't think that's the right approach. I don't think there's anything here. No need to force it. No need to have FOMO over this. Like this, there's simply nothing really here. Yeah. With that being said, I really don't have anything else. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. See what we have going into tomorrow. I will say that I probably want to trade on my demo account tomorrow, just because we don't have any red folder news, just because of the conditions that we're having, just because of this price. Nothing looks clear. So I will likely be trading on my demo tomorrow and recognizing the conditions. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. We will be back at it tomorrow for the live trading session, for my trading transformation, and for the tomorrow's chart review. I hopefully y'all let me know how y'all traded today. But I really don't think that there was any A+ setups today. I kind of got stopped. I kind of got caught up in the action today. And I just need to recognize what conditions are doing right now. Where we're at, what we're doing. And that's a good recognition. Anyways, I'm going to head out of here. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your